Hello, today is Thursday, December 23rd, 2021. My name is Daniel Mullany, and behind the camera today is Sean Lingo. Today we are filming a video source inspection for Sitek Process Solutions, and we will be viewing a fully remanufactured 8300S semi-tool spin rinse dryer. Our customer is located here in the United States, and their PO number is 4800001113. So I'm going to go ahead and get the process started, then I'll describe the system as we go. So our controllers have already been programmed with a proper recipe for the rinser dryer. This customer has our insert product, which allows you to run smaller substrate sizes in larger rotors. So what I just did is I took this out because right here we have an 8-inch rinser dryer. Here we have a 4-inch cassette. And here we have our insert, which is really an adapter that sizes down our 8-inch rotor to running 4-inch. So changing substrate sizes is as simple as aligning and sliding the adapter in. It fits a little tight, and that's how you want it, so it's nice and firm for the balance. Then we slide in our cassette as normal. There you go. So we have the same product on the bottom as well. This will be designed for 5-inch. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and start both runs here. All right, coming to the back of the system, I want to read our serial number. This is SRD-01418. Okay, system is currently in rinse and it is draining properly down our normal house drain right here. Everything's looking good. This system is also configured with several of our options for the spin rinse dryer, which includes an anti-static, which is a static eliminator that will reduce static buildup at the end of the process cycle, essentially reducing particle counts on the wafers, and our water recirculation. So this system has a small valve in the back that can be controlled by hand that allows you to turn on or off a continuous recirculation. That DI recirculation can either be plumbed directly to the drain box, as it is right now, or that can be removed and then plumbed up to any kind of full facility recirculation that you might have. Some of our end users essentially have a recirculation of DI water throughout their entire fab, and wastewater can be essentially, well, not wastewater, but recirculated water can be rerouted through that because the water itself is not going through any chemicals or contamination. It's really just being recirculated out of the clean lines in the system. Okay, so now this tool is moving into dry 1. So dry 1 is our high RPM dry step. Right now we're running at 1800 RPM. The system's balanced extremely well. And what we're doing right now is we're spinning fast to sling the majority of water off of the cassette and substrates. The objective here is to use the high spinning to physically remove a lot of the water, so that way when we ramp down into our slower RPM dry 2, the heating elements can complete the drying process for a nice uniform dry. Essentially, by spinning fast, then slow, you can get the best drying results in the system while maintaining low particle counts. Okay? So we've got 25 seconds left in dry 1. Coming back to the back of the tool again. Now we've finished draining, so all that rinse step is now completely drained out of the system, and we don't see any more coming out of the back here. And everything is running as normal right now. I can feel a little bit of exhaust coming out of the drain box. That's from the air getting forced from the bowl out the drain. And the tool is operating normal. Okay, so now we're in that dry 2 process step that I discussed. So now instead of running at 1800 RPM, we've dropped down to 500 RPM. So just looking in the bowl, you can see it's spinning entirely different in terms of the speed. And now we're going to let the heating elements finish the drying process, because the majority of the water that was on the cassette and substrates, that's already whipped off. It's really caused that any water that's left on there to sort of sheet out, making it more making it thinner. And that's going to let these heating elements now finish that whole drying process. So again, everything's looking normal. We should have normally dry substrates at the end of this process cycle. Okay, so we've got about 4 minutes left in total dry time. So in addition to providing refurbished spin rinse dryers from our inventory, Sitek also offers 100% of the spare parts and services that you need for your SRDs. One of the main services that we offer is a full refurbishment service. In that case, you would take an SRD that you have, say it's having any issues for high particles, heating problems, RPM issues with the with the motor, anything like that. You can send your system into us and we will fully remanufacture it to like new condition and put a 1-year warranty on it. When it comes to us, we're going to take your system, we're going to completely break it down to the component level. From there, we're going to chemically clean and electro polish all the metal to ensure there are no contaminants left over from any processing that occurred prior to us refurbishing it. We will also replace consumables automatically, such as windows, door seals, tubing, or anything else that will wear over time. We'll also rebuild all the components that can be, such as the motor, the valves, and the upright positioner. And then we'll replace a lot of parts in addition automatically, like a heater blanket, the nitrogen heater, any other items like that that need to be replaced to really rebuild the system into a condition that can be backed by our complete 1-year warranty. So that would be like one of the main services that we offer. We also have a few more minor services, such as controller repairs, motor controller repairs, and rotor rebalancing. And then we also offer 100% of the spare parts and spare parts that you might need in order to keep your tool running. Whether you're replacing the window, seal, the motor, the controller, the pneumatic valve, solenoid valve, upright piston, any of the sensors, all of those parts are provided by us and are typically stocked here at our headquarters in Rockland, California. One thing that I would mention now is because of the pretty hectic supply chain issues that we're all seeing in the semiconductor marketplace is that you should really take a look at your spare part inventory that you're keeping on hand and figure out what parts you might be running a little low on or parts that you don't stock that you might want to consider. Some items that we would bring in at a typical 4 to 6 week lead time are randomly taken 10 weeks, 14 weeks, or others. It's something that's a little out of our control, but what we've done is started stocking more parts here. However, you know, it's really difficult to cover every base, and that's why we really strongly encourage all of our customers to take a look at those parts on hand, figure out the importance of uptime for the rinser dryers, and give us a call to have a discussion about anything on that front, because we can really guide you through some of those parts that you might want to keep on hand. Okay, so everything is still looking good as before. Now I'm peeking into the bowl and I can see that the majority of the water has dried up now. I do see a few water droplets left. There'll likely be a few droplets at the end, and that's okay. That would actually be a good dry process. Coming to the back, everything looks good back here still. I can feel the N2 purging out of the drain box, so that's good. So in our last 40 seconds here, also briefly talk about some of the other refurbished tools that we sell outside of the rinser dryer. That would be box washers such as the Floorware HTC systems, mask cleaners like Ultratech, Ultra T, and K&S, barrel ash and etch tools like Branson, Anatech, or Techniques, vapor prime ovens like the YES LP3 and LP5, photoresist pumps like Cybor, IDI, and Millipore, and a variety of tabletop metrology such as 10-core particle counters, nanometrics, thin film measurement tools, DECTAC and 10-core profilometers, kind of really a whole variety of tools in that tabletop metrology section. Okay, now we are finishing up right here. What we're going to do is we're going to ramp down to 75 RPM. Once we hit that, our upright piston fires and is now going to rock our rotor into the normal upright position. Feeling in, the air is purging and hot, so we know we had a successful dry run on that front. And the cassette and substrates are ready for the next step in the process. I can feel the cassettes nice and warm. Okay, coming down to the bottom chamber now. The air is purging and hot. Our cassette is warm. And these substrates are all entirely dry. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view our video source inspection for today. Again, my name is Daniel, and this video is filmed for Sitek Process Solutions. If you'd like to learn more about our products, please visit our website at www.sitekprocess.com. Sitek is spelled S-I-T-E-K, or give us a call at 916-797-9000, and to reach me directly, dial extension 2201. Have a great day and Merry Christmas.